So in this lesson, we're going to be learning about the WordPress dashboard, and that's where we're going to be editing our WordPress website. And just a very quick overview of what we're going to learn in this lesson is we're going to learn about the front end versus the back end, and this is just terminology that we kind of have to get squared away. And we're also going to be taking a quick tour of the dashboard. And so the first thing we're going to be talking about is what's the difference between the front end versus the back end. And put very simply, the front end is what users see. It's at yourdomain.com. So for example, wpforalltv.com is the front end. It's what users actually see. Versus the back end, that's what the admin sees, or what the editor of the website, like us, will see. And it's where all the edits and the changes are made, and it will be accessed at yourdomain.com/wp-admin. And that's universal for all websites. And we'll take a look at how to actually access this backend. And this backend is also called the dashboard. It's where we access the dashboard. So now that we have this terminology squared away, how do we actually access the dashboard or the backend of WordPress to our WordPress website? And so if we recall from the previous lesson, when we actually installed WordPress, I told you to hold on to a couple things, which was your admin area URL, your username, and your password. And if you didn't copy and paste those somewhere into a note, you should have received an email as well, as long as you inputted a correct email address. Right? So we're just going to pull that up, and we're going to click on the admin area. And when we click on the admin area URL, which is always going to be yourdomain.com/wp-admin, you're going to enter in your username and your password, and you're going to see something like this with the little WordPress logo up here, indicating that you know this is a WordPress website, and you're just going to log in. So in this next window, you'll see this is actually the WordPress dashboard, and this is where we're going to make all our changes to our website. Any edits, any addition of a new page, a new post, adding pictures, whatever you want to do, this is where you're going to do it if you want to make any changes to your website. And so I'm actually going to go over all these different menu items in the future lessons, but I just want to kind of show you a very brief overview of the dashboard and some things that we need to change right away. So I'll be talking about these dashboard items in the future in much more detail, but for now I'll just give you a very general overview. The first one being posts and pages. And these are just really where you create content, and the difference between a post and a page, put simply, is posts are time sensitive. So you can think of them like blog entries, versus pages are things that are just static. So it doesn't depend on time. It's not going to show up in an RSS feed. So things like your about page, your home page, things like that. Media is where we're going to be adding images or videos. The comments section is just a place where we can easily read and reply or manage our different comments we may have. Appearance, this is really where we will customize all the different options to our website's design. So things like adding a new theme or changing the widgets or even editing some of the code to it, we can all do that within the appearance section. Plugins is where we're going to be adding new plugins or searching in the plugin directory, and really it's where we add the functionality or add these added functions to our website. We're not going to be using tools too much in the future, but it's where we can import or export data. So it's definitely something we can utilize in the very beginning. And settings is where we're actually going to be customizing things like how we view permalinks, so how we view our actual URL, how comments are displayed or how comments are approved for moderation, things like that. There's a lot of different functionality to the WordPress website, and in settings is where we're actually going to specify how we want those settings to display or how to function.